A lot of people will ask us, how does the dog read the traffic light? Or how does the dog read the walk sign? And I hate to break people's hearts and tell them the real reason. We have volunteer puppy raisers who raise our dogs for the first year, and around 14 to 16 months of age, that dog returns to begin their formal training. My life as an instructor runs on a 5-month cycle, 4 months training the dogs and a month teaching students in class. And a student is someone who's at the Seeing Eye currently training with their dog. New students will spend 25 days with us and a retrain will spend 18. The dogs that don't pass the training get adopted by families. Some of our dogs also may go into law enforcement or hearing or another service. We call those career change dogs, and we like to see them go off and do something that is maybe better suited for their temperament or personality. So we use positive reinforcement, but we do not use a food reward. We teach our basic guide dog skills with repetition and a lot of praise and affection. It's our job as an instructor to find out what the dog likes, whether it's a scratch on the ear, scratch underneath the chin, or even a little butt scratch. Whatever the dog likes becomes praise and becomes what the dog wants to work for. This little yellow lab did not want anything to do with me. I tried really hard to get to know her and learn what she liked, but she wouldn't wag her tail. And I said to her every day, I'm like, why won't you wag your tail for me? I love you, you should love me. And the day that I placed this little yellow dog with her new person and saw her wagging her tail the whole time after knowing each other for 20 minutes, it just really made me realize why I do what I do. I'm not training these dogs for myself, I'm training these dogs for somebody else. One of the big ones is, how does the dog read the traffic light? Or how does the dog read the walk sign? We teach the dogs to go on the forward command, and then it becomes the dog's choice to stop if they need to or not. But it really is the person's job to listen to the traffic and make a conscious decision of when to cross the street, when it's safe and when it's not. It's really important for a dog to relieve itself or go park on command, because we want them to be on a schedule and we want them to relieve themselves before they go out and work for the day. Early on, the puppy raisers actually start to use park time as a command when the dog is going to the bathroom. And then the dog learns that and continues on throughout their life. When their harness is on, they're well behaved and there's expectations that the human has for their dog. But when that harness comes off, that dog is just a dog. They play with toys, they play fetch, they chew on bones, just like your pet dogs would. And it's really important for the person to play with their dog. It acts as almost a stress reliever for the dog. There is a rating system that we use. We rate the dogs and we also rate the potential students that come in. We rate them on their pace and their pull and their temperament and how they perceive the environment. We'll look at the dogs and say, are they comfortable working in the city or not? Can we place them in with a person who works in a big city? And a dog who's maybe a little bit cautious in a situation like that may not be cut out and have the gusto to be a city dog. They are inseparable, and the person becomes their sole caregiver. They take care of their needs outside, they feed the dog, offer them water, and the person should be the sole person offering the praise and affection to the dog. We tell the students that sometimes it can take 6 months to a year for that bond to really strengthen and for the dog and the team to be working as a unit. A cane is a really good mobility tool. A Seeing Eye dog provides the very same mobility as a cane would, maybe a little bit different because it is a living being, but a lot of people come to get a Seeing Eye dog because they want that companionship. To come to get a Seeing Eye dog, you have to have some cane and mobility training. We want people to be comfortable traveling independently, crossing streets independently, so that that becomes second nature, so then they can focus on everything that has to do with the dog. Most of our dogs work for 8 to 10 years with their person. Some dogs may retire a little bit early if they slow down and the person wants to walk at the speed that maybe they were matched at. A lot of our graduates will keep their retired dog as a pet in the home. If that dog can't be rehomed with somebody that the graduate knows, the Seeing Eye will take that dog back and find a loving home for the dog for their retirement. A seeing eye dog costs $150, and that's for the very first seeing eye dog. If a student is replacing a dog who's recently retired, their dog will only cost $50. That includes their travel to and from the seeing eye from anywhere in the United States or Canada, and room and board for the 18 or 25 days that they spend in training with us. That's unchanged since 1929 when we started. It's more of a bittersweet moment. Yes, it's sad, and it can be sad to see them go, and we actually bring the students to the airport to send them home, and watching them get on the plane and just, watching the back walk away and the tail a little wagging off to their forever. Yeah, I've shed a couple tears. Yeah. It's hard not to.